Hey guys, uh, we've been doing a 10Q review slash compare. So we looked at some 10Qs, see what they were up to. Then we jumped to 7Q and saw a real difference. People, they're starting to defend their groups. Then we went up to 4Qs, and they're defending, but they're getting kind of fancy and still wasting a lot of energy. So here we are at one done, and we're going to see. We're just comparing all the different stuff, and hopefully a 10Q is going to look and go, oh, here's what I'm doing. And you see the progression, kind of like the evolution of how these players think. Okay, so I just pulled this off the KGS active games list, and I haven't seen it. And we're going to take a look and compare. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, 3-3, a little unusual, no problem. Okay, so white's playing moves that are like for points, and black's playing moves that are more for influence and speed. And already I can tell these guys know specifically what they're doing, and that's all good and fine. Black made a Joseki choice, which is perfectly reasonable. 10Q wouldn't have a clue, nor the 7Q. 4Q would have taken a guess. This guy placed the stone here specifically, not A, not B. Now, we could talk about A and B, but his move is just fine, and he's going forward with, we'll use the word, a plan. Okay. Here, this is black flexing his muscles. The move itself doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, why is he playing there? Let's look at some reasons in his mind. Area 1, that's a big area. I want to get in there. Well, Area 2 is actually bigger, as is Area 3. Area 1's not the biggest at all. Next possible. I think that's his thought, along with, and I'm attacking the A-stone. Well, check it out. Is that white stone weak? Not in the slightest. So when you attack it, white's going to have a very easy time, settle his group, no problems, if white knows what he's doing. Okay, so this move is flexing muscles. Good. Settle. Settle. All even know the Joseki. Oh, he knows the modern Joseki. He made a choice of A versus B. And it's good to make choices. He has a reason. Now, I don't think, as I look at this game, that he has a good reason. He's simply trying to make sense of things, and that's perfectly all good and fine. What in the heck is that? Okay. Black is trying to keep white down, press down on the right. For what purpose? Let's start with purpose 1. So that white doesn't get out of control and grow. Well, let's look at white's move. If black didn't play there. Oh, yeah, white's really getting out of control here. No, white can't do. White's on the second line. And there's nothing to do for white. So in regards to keeping the white group from growing, that's not a thing. Next, we could say black is looking at, oh, I'm building this wall. If you had, let's say, for instance, this white, black, and white lives. I'm just making up some moves. Those weren't great moves, but this, okay. Now that wall makes sense because it's it's facing the top where black has a position. But as it is, doesn't have a position. He's not prepared to do this. So black, white, black. Okay. I'm not trying to say it's biggest at all, but at least he's building a position based on what he has. That would make some sense. But by itself, again, kind of flexing muscles, pushing, I'm going to push you around, get something done. Yeah, not going to happen. There's an experience stronger players have where, they're one done. Oh, I'm pushing around the one cues. Oh, push, push. Oh, I can win all these games. And it's fun and exciting. But then all of a sudden you play a four done and there's no hope, not a glimmer of hope. How come? Because they're not concerned about these petty little issues. They play the big issues. Let's talk about what that would be. Black to play. We'll just go through a real simple list. Is black okay? Oh, yeah. How about white? Yeah. Everyone's fine. What's big? I might be able to do something in Sente in area 1, but really there's no need there. I don't care if white takes area 1. It's not a big area. Me take it, he take it. It's not big. What is big? Well, area 2 and area 3. Those are the big areas. They look somewhat identical. I think I'll go ahead and just play a big move. This is me playing on the bottom. We don't say, well, it's on the bottom, but it's way off to the side. No, this is a totally affecting the entire bottom area, virtually taking the corner. Now, it doesn't take the corner, but white doesn't want to come in, so it kind of takes the corner if black wants it. Nice, big, productive move. And now, instead of looking at this next, let's imagine this next, and let's ask white to come through. I'm making up some moves, but look at the right. Black's building some wonderful things. I'm just saying the direction of play changes. Black could also take the corner. We love corners. Now we're alive. We have the points. It's Sente. White needs to defend. And all of a sudden, black's the one that got the points. If we compare to white to black, black has 2, 4, 6, 8. White has 2, 4, 5, 2 and 2. Black did better. Corner first works. This white did not attack black. If black wanted to continue, it's too slow, but we can see white is uncomfortable. This is a great exchange. Practical. Settle your group, take the corner, all in Sente. I would say that's biggest, actually. That's a big Sente move. Okay. Boom, boom. White's going to cut. Yeah. If we look at the board in general, everything makes sense. We see a white group in the upper right, stable, strong. We see a black group in the upper right. There's a couple little cuts, but overall, no, he's not going to get in any trouble. He understands that the A stone is not part of the B group. As a matter of fact, if white wants A, I might let you have A. Therefore, all we're really saying is my B group is settled. That's all you want here. And everything makes sense on the board. Okay. White cuts. For what purpose? Well, I really needed my A group to live. It's already alive. So it's not for defense. I want to capture this B stone. Why? You like 2 points? 2 points is pretty to you? No, I want a position there. Well, if you first okay, now if you take the right, it's significantly larger. right? That's an area of some size. Hey, I got a nice right side. Okay, well, that would make some sense. But to just cut, I don't see a purpose. You're not going to hurt the top group. They can simply defend right now. Done. Okay. So these players are playing strong, rational Go, but they're not used to what's big, what's meaningful on the board. Okay. Black says, yeah, we're going to fight. I would too, because the fight looks good. Yeah. We're about to kill those two white stones. Now we do have a meaningful cut, so we're going to have to come back. Come back. Yes. Fix it. Nothing. Just Atari. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Notice we just finished a sequence and white saved the cut. What's next? It's always the same pattern. Check out your A group, check out your B group. These two have just changed. Need to make sure they're fine. Okay. If you're black, does this bother you? Yeah. First of all, yes, it bothers me. Let's look at the only reasonable response here. Okay, so we ended up with a black group that is out, it's not cut, and good to the center. You know, we did lose our base, which wasn't too important. White picked up 2, 4, 5 points, not important at all. White went from being alive to being very alive. That's no change. So I would say this didn't bother us at all. We did not need to invest a stone so this wouldn't happen. No, this is fine. And this is something you get used to once this is actually all about 10 Qs and then seeing the evolution. And if they look at this position, step one, check out your groups. How's my B group? Well, he can cut me. And there's a lot of reading there. Well, what if he cuts me? It's a lot to read out. Well, welcome to the club. That's going to take some doing. But once you do it, you can read through the sequence and get a sense. Okay. Next, since looks like we don't need to defend our B group, what about our A group? Well, it's kind of a clump. Pretty clumpy. No eyes yet, right? There's no eyes here yet. I don't like clumps. Well, I would think about defense because white's going to come in there. I'm going to feel uncomfortable. So how about white playing there, I think, is near Sente. Anyway, this gives me some real height. And now we'll look at the right. Oh, my group is rock solid. It's out. No problems. I don't need an eye. I'm out. And that's a darn big area, and it's about to become a whole lot bigger. Okay. Little 3-4 move readout. Oh, but you're asking white to get stronger here. Well, white's out and go wide open. I'm not going to be hurting white anytime soon anyway. So that's how I would choose that direction. So what happened? Black did come up. White did come up, and black fixed here. As we saw, if white cuts, we're fine. Matter of fact, we're better than we are now. I mean, we're much more solid group to the outside. So black's doing a wonderful thing, taking responsibility for his group and saying, I don't want you to cut me. Okay, that's very reasonable. That's a good thing to be doing. A little more reading, you realize, if all he can do is take my stones on top, and I don't care about those stones. There's some important things going on. So this is, I would say, under 50% of a move, 50% value out of a stone. Well, this is a technique it's asking a question. Do you want me coming in here? There's things I can do. You want to be careful here? And assuming black responds, white's getting information to how to play the top area. Reasonable. Black's thinking, yeah, I'm helping my little A area, and look at me building a wall to start attacking the B area. I can read his mind. That's exactly what he's thinking. And then A for Atari and kill. Dead. Let's just take it. White did something on top, but second line really crawling. No good. Black's deep in the center. I mean, he's not cut. He's got a fantastic position. So that next he can think seriously about putting intense pressure on this white group. White can't get out here, right? Oh, I'm cutting you. I'm gonna chase you. Really? I can live here so easily, and you're dead in the center. So he can be very aggressive here. Keep going. Okay. Okay. You're leaving cuts. You could get in danger. Yeah, danger. Yes, capture the cutting stone. Good. That shows there's so many things to do here that the 10Q would be oblivious to. The 7Q would miss. The 4Q would be unsure and falter. One done. Capture the cutting stone. And white has no choice because if he loses these, the whole thing was bad. Yeah, pretty awkward now. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If black plays first, I'm sorry, if white plays first, white can live. So, Sente to kill. Did he play that? No, he didn't play that. What about the double Atari? If white takes that, white's dead. So there's some reading here, some knowledge about life and death. Let's see what black did. Fix, yeah. Now, this is insightful. He's saying my A, B, and C, they all look weak here. True. They're all cut. Okay. But the A stone, zero meaning. Doesn't mean anything to speak of. The B stone's the cutting stone. He's the important one. And C represents killing white on top, represents points in corner, life. So this move does those things. But this one also does them. And there's nothing, for instance, Atari, save, what? Come down? You just die. You're just dead. I think. I haven't read it out. Sure looks bad. But this does make sense, right? He's doing the main thing well. And now we don't know his next move, but that's 8 in a row. That's alive regardless. So if black plays here, Gote. And I see that's where black played. Gote. I'm not going to play there in Gote. Why? The corner's not that big. I want health, and outside is more valuable. White has weak groups out there. See that decision making? First, 8 in a row lives. So he should know that. Real basic. One down knows that. Oh, but I'm living in the corner. Well, that's a pretty small corner. How about living out here where you can threaten wide open spaces? Oh, he knew that. He just, you get busy putting stones down. This is ridiculous. Walk away. There's big things to do. Defend yourself. Whew. That's a big move. Now black is back to feeling uncomfortable about his group. I mean, gosh, he better get out. He's going to die. So big move. Unimportant. Black can just do something else. Unimportant. Totally unimportant. The stone isn't even, it's not a cutting stone. It's half an eye, half a point, nothing. Yeah. Okay. So black's forming a group. Great. Whoa. That's the place on the board not to play. That's like playing here in the upper right. What are you doing? You're going to die. You can't do anything up there. There's too many black stones. What about in here? There's too many black stones there. You can't do anything. Now, there is a way to play this correctly. Correctly is not a great term. So we're white and we're talking to ourselves. Man, how did I get so far behind? Now, I haven't looked at the score, but we're making up some excuse. Man, I need to do something radical to try to rattle black and maybe I can get back in the game. Okay, so you attack the A group. Really? Not a great idea, but maybe you feel there's no other choice. Okay, so maybe as an emergency measure, knowing you're committing suicide, sure, we've all done that. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, man. Yeah, terrible. Okay, so we could go on and on. But the point of this was to compare 10Q, 7Q, 4Q, and now 1 done. And clearly, they're doing miles better. Taking care of things, the whole board as a whole makes sense, but they're still missing vital and important concepts. Okay, guys, hoping it was helpful. Catch y'all later. Bye.